Welcome back to the channel. Have you ever turned off your faucet and then your pumps would start running every 20 seconds or so? Turn on only for, half a second, and then turn right back off. 30 seconds later, it does the same thing. You do the same thing. You go back, you make sure your faucets are always turned off, because that's usually what's a good indication of that. If you have everything turned off and it still does it, chances are your problem is inside your pump. So today we're going to tear this pump apart. I'm going to show you the common causes of this and just basically show you the functionality of your pump so you can fix it yourself. So we'll get the camera pulled in and we'll see what it looks like. Stay tuned. A couple components on this pump that you may want to know. Here's your motor. Here's your pump head itself. Here's your pressure switch. Underneath here is a pressure relief. It does have a little set screw in it. This one's set at 55 psi. That is more than plenty for everything we need, so we never need to do it. And we have quick disconnects on our pump. Some pumps will have just metal fittings coming out or plastic fittings that you screw onto it. Doesn't matter how it gets to it, but the pump function itself is pretty much all the same. So let's go ahead and get this tore apart. There is short screws. There's 6 screws that holds this pump on. 3 short, 3 long. If you just get ahead of yourself and start taking them out, the way to tell you have a short screw or a long screw, a short screw will go into here and a long screw would have this extra build up here. So that would be a long one, that would be a long one, that would be a short one. So let's go ahead and get this removed. You don't need to see me do this, so we'll cut back to when I get it all separated. Okay, now we got all the bolts off holding the outer casing. We're going to take the pressure switch off just so we can pull the head off and see what's inside there. So now, just grab that head, wiggle it, and it should pop right off. So as you can see, the flow comes in this way and goes out. This is going out to your RV. You see the little arrow there. So what happens is water comes in here and it floods this whole area here. These are intake valves and this would be an exhaust valve. Let me show you how that actually works. So these are your intake valves and this is your exhaust. This sits in here nice and tight, and when this motor's turned on, these move in and out. They're like a piston. So they move in and out. And when that moves in and out, what happens is it flips this little valve here open and it pulls the water into this cavity here. So when it pulls in, it pulls the water through, and when it goes to push back out, it seals right here. So then it pushes out these little holes here. From this point, so this area here has an O-ring and it's sealed tight against here. So as the water is pushed out of here, it goes into here, it hits your pressure switch that was located back here. This is on the inside of that. Pushes that in, and then water comes out and goes out to the rest of your camper. So what will happen, if it's cycling on and off, that means it's losing pressure in this here somewhere. Typically what you will find is that some debris or something got caught up underneath here. So if you go through and clean that all out, you really can't do a whole lot with it. Just pull it up and make sure there's nothing in there. You can also look in these holes, make sure there's nothing in there. What I ended up finding on mine, see if I can find it again, find it back, yes, right there. That little piece right there was actually stuck and the exhaust valve here. What that was causing was that not to make a complete seal. So the pressure was actually bleeding back off. So as the pressure was dropping inside this cavity here, the pressure drops here. It'll actually, this is all pressed in when it's pressurized. As the pressure starts to drop off, this plunger comes back out and it tells this switch here, hey, turn back on, I'm losing pressure. Somebody turn the faucet on. And here is your pressure switch. This has a plunger, a spring, a disc, and a rubber seal that goes over top of that. So it allows water to come through here and then out. Once it achieves 55 psi pressure, this little pressure regulator here will then start dumping it back into here, or equalizes that pressure. When that hits the relief, this valve opens because now the flow has stopped. So this opens and it seals this back off. So it just sits there. So we'll just go back through, we'll put this pump back together, and I'm pretty confident on that piece that I found was our issue. So we do not use any kind of filtration system at this time. I am getting to the point I'm going to start building our own filtration, and that will be coming in a future video. So we'll take this, and it doesn't make a difference which orientation it goes in, it just got to go back in. They're all the same. Just make sure you get seated in there pretty good. Put that spring in there. I just want to hold a little bit of pressure on that until I get this screw tight. I'll take this off and just make sure that the switch feels good, works good. We got a good seat there. So we'll go through, we'll put our short screws in, and then we'll put our long screws in. So there we go, we got our pump back together. I'm going to go through and hook it up. Hopefully this gives you a little bit of confidence if your pump starts to cycle on and off, or even if it's not sucking water. You know your water's full, you want to see maybe the inlets have plugged, there's some debris in there and it's not allowing it to get any suction. So at least now you have an understanding on how the inside of this pump works. Hope you found this video informative. If you did, give it a thumbs up. That way we know you like the content that we're producing. And please consider subscribing. Thank you and have a good day. Bye.